Hi, my name is Morgan Schneider, and I'm going to talk about why we should recycle in order to reduce waste disposal. Waste disposal is something that, or should I say, improper waste disposal, is something that is affecting our Earth. And it is doing this by releasing plastics and garbage and trash that into the environment that would otherwise not be there were it not for humans. And according to Conserve Energy Future's website, waste disposal is ranked number 5 on their list of environmental issues. Now, that's number 5 out of 15 environmental issues, but even being a short list, it's still pretty high up there in terms of being a problem. According to National Geographic, plastics and other non-biodegradable garbage is being pushed into our oceans by littering from humans. And these plastics and non-biodegradable materials don't ever break down completely, and especially plastics break down into microplastics, which are teeny tiny little pieces of plastic that will never go away, and they're just floating in the middle of the in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And you may have heard of this before because it's called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And it isn't really a patch of garbage, like it's not like an island of garbage floating in the middle of the ocean. It's more like a sludge of plastic, and it's really like an oceanic landfill out there. National Geographic's Laura Parker says that 4 billion microplastics are found per square kilometer of ocean. And that's an insane amount of plastic out there in the ocean that wildlife is eating, that is then being brought back directly to us by eating like seafood. And I don't know about you, but I really don't want to eat plastic-filled fish or fish that has even digested plastic in any sort of way. In order to find a solution to this problem, we must recycle. A website called Recycling Revolution says that 1.1 million U.S. jobs are created by recycling. And that means that recycling isn't only an environmental factor that is being helped, but it's also helping our economy in turn. And with more jobs means more revenue being generated, and that means that we will have a more prosperous economy. And also, on that point, recycling facilities are more or less expensive to run than a landfill or an incineration facility. The Environmental Protection Agency also says that, along with it being an economic factor, it is also obviously an environmental factor. Recycling reduces pollution and it conserves natural resources. And conserving natural resources is really a big issue here too, because if we're recycling like plastics and other non-biodegradable materials, we are using them instead to make a new item that we can consume as consumers. And that means that we can keep this cycle going and going and going pretty much infinitely until we cannot reuse something any longer. But the point here is to reuse it until it can't be reused again, which hopefully will never be the case. But I mean, who knows what could happen in that scenario. So, in order to become a recycler, you must contact your county or your city and call and get recycling bins sent out to you, or you can pick them up at town hall. And you can just throw away cardboard, paper, plastics, or metal, anything that you really think won't be absorbed back into the earth once it's in a landfill somewhere, rotting away, or in the ocean somewhere, being eaten by animals and dolphins and whales and anything like that. So, Thank you for listening to my speech. I hope that you changed your mind about throwing away your trash and your plastic, and maybe next time you throw away a plastic soda bottle, you'll think about what you're doing to our environment. And this is my note card.